Hi, everybody. It's James Clary, the restaurant guru, bringing you another segment in the Restaurant Secrets to Success series. Are you ready? Me too. Let's do it. Hey, everybody. It's James Clary, the restaurant guru, bringing you the truth from the trenches of the restaurant business. This is the Restaurant Secrets to Success series. This is the first video of several that will be covering the first half of my server training program, which are called the Basic Service Rules. The second half of the training program are called Key Service Attitudes. Those have to do with what I call things of the heart. The first part, the Basic Service Rules, are really just the mechanics of service, the way that we need to do things in order to be an efficient, professional, and successful server in the restaurant business. So the first basic service rule that we're going to be covering today is rule number 1. And it's number 1 for a reason, because it is the most important rule in becoming an efficient server. And that rule is make your trips count. Excuse me. Now, let me explain what a trip is. A trip is simply a unit of time. When you travel between two locations in your restaurant, that takes time, right? So if you're walking from your station to, say, the POS system, or you're walking from the POS to the bar, or from the bar to the kitchen, or from your station to the bus area, all of those trips take time. And what we don't want to do as a server is to waste time, because time is precious. Look, you guys are professionals in the business. You know what it's like when it gets really busy and you're so-called in the weeds. Well, most servers get in the weeds because they don't make their trips count. It's that simple. So we're going to talk about a few scenarios that you might have experienced in your restaurant. I'll tell you a couple stories, but I'm going to explain exactly what making your trips count means. And I want to promise you this, that if you are a server who's struggling to keep up with the pace at your restaurant, that you can't seem to find enough time to get everything done, then I urge you to really listen to what I'm about to tell you, because it will make the difference between being an average kind of slow server and an exceptional, efficient, fast server. Remember, after all, good service is fast service. Nobody wants to wait for their server to show up to get a drink order. They don't want to wait for drinks. They don't want to wait for their food. They don't want to wait for their check. They don't want to wait for their credit card to be run. Right? We know this. So let's take a scenario where you have two tables. Let's say it's the beginning of the night. You've got two tables, table 1, table 2. Table 1 has just been seated. A young couple, let's say. Table 2 is a a table of 4 that's just finishing their salads. Okay, you enter your station at this moment. Now, you can do one of a couple things. You could go pick up the salad plates, take them to the bus station, or you could go to table 1 and greet the table. And I would recommend you greet the table first. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to greet the table 1, get a drink order. Let's say, for instance, they order 2 gin and tonics. You upsell them to boodles. So 2 boodles and tonics. Now, a server who doesn't make their trips count, who does what I call the ping pong way of waiting tables, he takes the drink order, 2 boodles and tonics, pings to the bar, and then pongs from the bar back to the table, delivers those drinks. Then he pings over to table 2, he picks up the salad plates, he pings to the bus station, pongs back to the table to see what else they need. Now, a server who makes their trips count knows that they want to inventory every table every time they're in their station. So what do I mean by inventory? Well, taking an inventory, what's the first thing you do when you take an inventory? You have to look at the product. In this case, the product are your tables. In order to determine what service is needed at a table, the first thing you have to do is look at the table. I can't tell you how many times I've seen a server just go just walk right past tables in their station without even looking at them. Now, how are they going to determine what service is needed if they don't look? So, back to our scenario with table 1 and table 2. In order to make your trips count, the way you would handle that is you would greet table 1, give the drink order, yes, upsell them to Boodles, then slide on over to table 2, pick up the salad plates, look at the table, and you may even ask, is there anything else? And yeah, by the way, could we get some more bread? Now, a server who's really, and we'll talk about this in detail in later videos, but anticipating your guest needs is very important. So a server that's on top of it looks and sees the empty bread basket and asks or anticipates what the guest needs and asks the customer, would you like more bread? Okay, so you take the drink order, you pick up the salad plates, you get the request for more bread. Now what do? You go to the POS station, you ring in the drinks, you drop the dishes off at the bus station, you go to the bar to get the drinks, to the kitchen to get the bread, and then you return to your station. You drop the bread off at table 2, you drop the drinks off at table 1, and then you may do the specials, whatever. So now think about this scenario for a second. The first server, the ping pong player, got the drink order on table 1, flew to the POS station in the bar, and then returned to table 1. That's 2 trips, right? Went from the table to the bar and POS, back to the table. That's 2 trips. Then he went to table 2, picked up the salad plates, went to the bus station, went to the kitchen or wherever the bread is kept, got the bread, and returned to the table. That's 2 more trips. That's 4 trips that the ping pong player made. The server who makes his trips count only made 2 trips. He took the drink order on table 1, he slid over to 2, he picked up the plates on 2, got the request for the bread, then he went to the POS, rang in the drinks, went to the bar, to the kitchen, and returned. Yes, now each individual task, that is, taking the drink order and returning with the drinks, clearing the salad dishes and putting them in the bus station, returning with the bread, each of those tasks takes a little longer if you timed them on the guy who made his trips count, each task. But the overall service time is cut in half. It's 4 trips versus 2. Now think about it. Now let's take it, let's say you have 4 tables. You've got those 2 tables. Then table 3, you've dropped the check and you notice the plastic sticking out. The customer's telling you that he's ready to pay. And let's say table 4 has just received their dinner, their entree. And you all know as a good server, you should always check back with the guest after the entree is served. So in this scenario, you get the drink order on table 1, 2 Boodles and tonics. You can slide over to table 4. How's dinner? Everything look nice to your? Is everything prepared to your satisfaction? Perfect. You pick up the credit card on table 3. You put it in your waiter pocket. You slide to table 2. Pick up the plates. Get the bread request. Okay. Now when you go to the POS, you ring in the 2 Boodles and tonics, but you also run the credit card from table 3, drop off the salad plates, get your bread, get your drinks. So now you've made 2 trips again, but you've handled issues on 4 tables. That's your whole station instead of 1. Now, I'm telling you, this is the #1 key to being a fast and efficient server. Fast and efficient. I said fresh. Fast and efficient. And the reason is because every time you cut a trip down, it's just a unit of time. And the servers that make their trips count, I've literally seen the light bulb go off in their head when they figure this out. They're like, oh my gosh, I can't believe I used to wait tables the other way. That is the ping pong way. Ping pong, ping pong, ping pong. I mean, they run themselves ragged and they never get anything done. So if you're one of the servers who's doing a ping pong, I want you to really focus. The next shift you work, I want you to think about inventory all your tables every time you're in your station. Remember, you have to look at the table, identify the service that's required, and then carry it out. But don't leave your station until you've checked every table in your station. And you really have to be a little bit organized to do this. Because the server that's just taking the drink order, going to the bar and bringing the drink, I mean, all they got to remember is one thing. I must get Boodles and tonic to table. You know, that's all they got to remember. So yeah, you have to be more organized intellectually and emotionally. You have to be prepared to handle several things at once. But look, you're in the restaurant business. You're a professional server. If you aren't the kind of person that can handle multiple things at once, that can't juggle multiple things, you're in the wrong business. And I'm just being honest. This is not a business for people who get flustered when they're given two or more tasks to handle at a time. It's just not. You have to be able to multitask. But making your trips count, organizing yourself, this will ensure that you're able to carry out these tasks in an efficient manner. And I'm telling you, when you learn to do this, if you're not, when you learn, you're going to thank me and you're going to go, oh my gosh, the restaurant guru was right. Making my trips count has rocked my world. You're going to be on your way to being a service superstar, and I'm not kidding. I'm James Clary, the restaurant guru. Thanks for watching. We'll see you next time.